touched on it a little bit. There's a lot more to come.
Okay.
A lot more to come, because don't we need to overcome the objections to signing a buyer's agent agreement?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and are they going to have objections?
Yes.
Absolutely, you can count on it. So we need to be able to overcome the objections. Are you talking about the FDA? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you spoke to
Okay. Okay, and, okay. Yes, and reiterating. Yes. Absolutely. Basically, what you're doing is you're selling yourself. Okay, letting them know who you are and why they want to work with you. So that was very useful. We have many more objections to overcome with that. Okay.
The importance of emphasizing your value proposition.
Okay. And how important that really is, because we have to prove to them why they should work with who?
Us.
With us. Why they should work with you. Okay, why you in our county that's got 588 realtors? Or why you in a county that's got 11,000 realtors? It always has to be a why you. Okay, good. What else? Go on.
I said the same thing, I like the visual that you gave. You know, you put it in a big roll it out in front of you. That's neat.
You have to be able to, be able to do that. Some people are shy, they don't like to do stuff like that. But I'd like to throw a couple things out at you. Most realtors are extroverts anyway, so it's not impossible that you might want to do that. What else did you learn? 3 things you learned.
The FBA can work for anything.
Okay, FBA, works for anything.
Work on your husband.
Yes. Okay, how to set up your ABR running. Actually, we didn't even talk about how to section it off, but let's get all the information in there first, and then I'll show you how to section it off. There should be, certain sections, so you can flip to them one after the other. Anybody else have anything that they learned they didn't know when they walked in this morning? Yes.
What buyers want. What buyers want.
What buyers want, and the percentages, and, how many of you actually knew there was a NAR survey of buyers and sellers every year? Okay, so yeah, and the information is very valuable, because it teaches us what we need to do for our buyers and sellers. Anything else?
Realizing fear is a great motivation.
That fear is very big motivation, and sometimes you really need to use that. Okay? And we've really just scratched the surface here, so we're now going to talk about how are we going to work together with the buyer. Well, your relationship with the buyer is defined by state law. That's how we're going to work together. And every state has their own laws. We went over the state of New Jersey, which was called what? 11.11.5-6.9. What's the law? 11:5-6.9. And you should have it in your book so you can use it. We also define our relationship through the Realtor Code of Ethics, and we went over a few Code of Ethics that actually talk to you about what we're responsible for doing and not doing. Another one would be office policy. Again, you need to find out what your office policy is. You need to find out what you can and cannot do, and it should be written. So if you don't have a written office policy, you might want to recommend to your broker that they put something in writing so all the agents know what they can and cannot do. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail about single representation. Some offices only do single representation. Other offices do dual agency. Other offices do transaction brokerage. Other offices do designated agency. And again, depending on what state we're in, New Jersey does not do all of these things, and we're going to go over that right now. Single agency. What is single agency? Single agency is when the broker works for only one client in a real estate transaction. They owe duties to that one client. They don't work for both. And most of the primary duties are to that party only. Some brokerages practice only buyer agency or only seller agency. I don't know if you have that here. Before you said you didn't have that in this area. But some agencies will actually do that. So when a list, let's say, or